Hey, what's up YouTube? Adrian here, and finally I'm bringing you a collection video. I know I've been talking about it, people have been asking me about it, but finally it's here, and I'm going to be splitting my collection into separate videos. I just figured trying to get the whole deal into one video is going to be a bit of a mission, so I've split it into sections that I think make sense. First of all, today I'm going to be starting with the 1000 series, and then including a model that has a 1000 model number but is not in the heritage collection as such. I'm excluding the 1300 from that because I want to do that in a separate video. Obviously that is the bulk of my collection, and I want to do those separately because those are my pride and joy. And then I'll also be doing a 99X series, and then I've got a bunch of models that don't really fit into any of those categories, so I'll be doing a separate video with those. And then I've got a bunch of Art Copenhagen shoes as well, so I want to be doing a collection video for those as well. So stay tuned. I'm going to be trying to drop these every Saturday, and so have a collection video up every Saturday, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, when we get into this video, and first of all we're going to kick off with the Norse projects. This pack was called the Danish Weather Pack. Obviously Norse Projects, if you didn't know, is based in Denmark, hence the name of the pack. And I think Norse Projects, they're one of my favorite brands, to be honest, but I think they do really well with color, and they do really well with materials, and so both of these pairs are really well executed. There's some really nice materials and just like simple shades, a few cool details they switched up. I like how they took the logo from the New Balance 901 and they flipped that and they put that on this, rather than having the embroidered N as most other 1500s do. I think, man, like, had these been made in a different era of New Balance, had they been made when the 1500 was in their prime, I don't know, like, would these be rivaling the Soulbox pairs? Hard to know, but would be really interesting had it happened. I mean, obviously the 670 was made in a different era, and Norse Projects killed it on that pair, and then obviously people would tend to say that it inspired the 1300 Salmon Soul by Ronnie Feig, but who really knows. But obviously that is a pair that people that is really sought after, and I just really feel like had these come in a different era, we would have been having the same conversation about them. But regardless, I think these are really great pairs. They really suit my style. I like things to be understated, I like them to be subtle, and then just simple things done well. Good quality, good materials and good color blocking. So I really like both these pairs. So that is the autumn pair. This over here is the winter pair. Next up, a pair that is probably pretty familiar to most people. This is the Hanon Shop collab from the boys in Scotland, who always do a great job with their collaborations, and this pair is no exception. Really nice materials used, really nice color blocking. I love how they've taken a whole bunch of different shades of blue, and I'd probably call the mesh like a teal rather than a blue, and then the pops of white. They've done a really good job with the shoe, and it's no surprise that these are really well sought after, and the shape is actually really good in comparison to some other New Balance that came out around that time period. These also came with two other sets of laces with navy, I believe, and grey, which I have as well. But yeah, love this pair, and thanks so much to local guy Reneel, who hooked me up with these for a really good price, and I bought them from him ages ago and haven't let them go. So it's really cool when you are able to pass on a pair to someone else who's going to appreciate them and love them as well. Another pair, this is actually the first New Balance 1500 that I purchased. This, along with the EBN, which was like that navy and blue colorway, I got them together. They were both samples. I got them before the release from a guy here in New Zealand who had a bunch of samples. I don't know how he acquired them. I wasn't asking questions, I was just buying them. I bought a whole bunch of other pairs off him as well, most of which I no longer have, but hey, that's what happens. So yeah, these are really cool. I actually posted them up like way before they released, because I wasn't that smart back then, and I didn't have a relation with New Balance, and like it was sort of just about me and growing what I was doing. Things are different now. I have a relation with New Balance, and I really appreciate not leaking things and that kind of thing if I get to see things early, as I sometimes do. But anyways, I had the EBN, but I sold those along with some other pairs that I've sold over the years, some other 1500s as well. Just as things go, like I'm really pursuing my 1300 collection and trying to grow that, and so I don't always have the means to keep going at full steam like I want to, and so I end up selling pairs to finance that. Is what it is, eh? I've got so many shoes anyway, I can't get through them all, so might as well sell them to pursue that project. But here is another pair. Again, simple, understated, subtle. This is just a GR pair, all grey with white. I can't remember what year these came out, but I think they came out along the same time as that Curry pair. But again, real nice simple pair. These are pretty beat, to be honest. Worn them heaps, but yeah, another great pair. Next up is the Stackhouse. Actually, these Norse projects over here I bought in Cape Town in South Africa when I was on a family holiday there. Went into the Shelf Life store in Cape Town, which is a really cool store. I'm actually from South Africa originally, grew up there, lived there till I was 15, then moved over here to New Zealand. And so I remember at the time they had both of these in stock, and then they also had, I think it was the Goodwill out pairs, those 577s, the Autobahn pack, which are really nice as well. 577's not really high up on my list, and so I had to go for these. So I ended up getting both those at the same time. And then later on, my parents were in South Africa, and so they ended up getting these for me. I think they got them from the Canal Walk store if you're from South Africa. It's like a flagship store, really cool store, in like a big mall in Cape Town. If you're ever in Cape Town, make sure you go check out Shelf Life, go check out Canal Walk as well. It's a cool mall. But anyways, another really nice pair. Again, I think same story. Like, I think these guys did a really good job. I think this has been their first and only New Balance collaboration, along with the black pair. I think they did a really good job in these. Just the different use of greens and the gum sole and some little details. I think they just really hit the mark. Unfortunately, obviously, there's the shape issues and things like that. But had they not had those shape issues, I think we would have been having a different conversation. I think this is a really nice pair, really nice materials used, and yeah, just a bit unfortunate for them and for us that it didn't come in a different era. So that is my 1500s, just 6 pairs of them at the moment. Like, I've had more in the past, but I've sort of moved them, as I said. And so let's get on to a few other pairs. I dropped down by 100 to this pair of 1400s over here. This is the Invincible Collab. I think the store is in Taiwan, correct me if I'm wrong. And I bought these from Cubic store way back. Cubic was like a top tier account, and like just sort of like a just an iconic store here in New Zealand and in Auckland in particular. And they were top tier New Balance account, and sad to see them close several years ago, but I managed to get these from them. Again, simple, cream, navy. I think you're starting to see a pattern here, but cool little brogue detailing, a nice leather liner, although it does get dirty really easily, I don't know why. And as you can see, the outsole is pretty dirty because I've worn these heaps. But yeah, I don't actually have any made in the USA 1400s. I wish I did, because I really like the model, but they just haven't been, like, high on the radar, especially the steel blue colorway. Love that colorway. Is it steel blue? Yeah, I think it is. The like 1400 SB. I love that colorway, so like I want to have every pair in that color. But yeah, I haven't managed to get any. The J Crew pairs, so many good J Crew pairs, but I don't know, just haven't got there. But the 1400 made in USA like is a different beast. It's a great shoe. This is a 1700, my only pair of 1700s. This is the United Arrows Collab, Beauty and Youth, and another great shoe. Navy again with some really nice leather detailing. I love the shoe. I love the aesthetics of the shoe. I got the shoe way back, and as you can see, there's quite a chunky situation going on here. I like, and I've loved chunky shoes for a while. New Balance shoes, before it was even cool. It is what it is. It is what it is. Really cool midsole, very reminiscent of the 990. V2. I don't actually know in which order these came out. If this came after that, I'm guessing this came after that, but I'm guessing there's similar technology and they absorb. Some of the New Balance geeks will be able to tell you that. I'm maybe not enough of a geek, but cool insole on this one. I'll pop that out. It's sort of like a mosaic type deal, which is quite cool. But yeah, again, a cool shoe which I've had for a while, but actually hasn't got that much wear. And then last, but I guess not least, These are the New Balance 1978, which is quite a new model. This is based on the original 990, which came out in 1978, hence the name. I really like the concept on the shoe. I like the execution in person, I guess, with the Vibram outsole, really nice suede upper. Maybe like the perforation is a bit random, like how it's not like coherent, sort of like mismatch. But the fact that it's all made in USA and the whole concept and the whole idea, the story behind it, I really like. The only thing about the shoe is that when you wear it, it sits like a bit loose on your ankle, which is really annoying. Like it would have been, I guess I'd like to have tried it maybe like a half size or even like full size down, I don't know, like super snug, and just feel what that feels like, because I like the idea and I like the concept, and I think it could have been a really strong story from New Balance, but it just didn't fit that great, which is unfortunate. So I've got both these. I've got the burgundy and the grey pair. I actually had the navy pair as well, but I gave that to a friend for free. Sometimes I do that. I try to be generous. He wasn't even a sneaker dude, so I passed them on to him. I do love navy, so it was hard to part with. But yeah, those are great shoes, and super lightweight, which is quite cool. Well, that is the end of my 1000 series collection, all 10 pairs that I have. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for being so patient. I did say that I'd get to them, and as I said, I'm going to try and drop these every Saturday, so keep tuned for that. And so yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, and if you're still here at the end of the video, thumbs up to you. Thanks so much for putting up with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.